Here we are again. Barely, I think somebody said it was like 55 days or something. And it doesn't feel as long as that, it just races by, but we're back in. And Rosie Posey at the weekend?
Yes, yeah, I mean, a good side. You know, finished 6th in League 2 last year. We know we playing them last year. It's a really, really difficult game. They've got a few ones. Lee Curry we need to look out for. Neil Martinook we need to look out for as well. But you know, we've done obviously the due diligence on their team, so we know what they are. We know how difficult an opponent will be at a difficult venue. But we're in good shape. The most important thing is to talk about us. You know, we've had a good pre-season, a good campaign. It's by design, the games that we've had, and we've equipped ourselves really well against strong opposition over in Poland and Bonnyrigg Rose and Lech Poznan. Equipped ourselves really well, good performances, a 3-0 win and a 1-each draw. And in the games against Arbroath and Dunfermline, again by design, you know, it's been a good programme and we're in a good place at the moment. We're unbeaten pre-season, so we get into the game, as well as the amount of fitness work that we've done and the team being away bonding, we get into this game in the competitive arena now feeling in good fettle.
I think that's it. It's like, I know, you know, I've interviewed managers where the pre-season hasn't gone as well as they'd planned and they're like, oh, it's all about performance and fitness. And I get that. It is nice to score goals, it is nice to win games because it just lifts everyone's mood.
It does, of course, and I try and instill in the players that, of course, they're pre-season games, but try and make everything competitive because I think our biggest strength as a team is our competitiveness, you know, and our togetherness. So it's important that we try to instill those beliefs right away, and I think we've done that. You know, I think we're in a good place. There's really healthy competition for places, which I want all the time in the squad, which is a big part of any success we had last year. So, yeah, I think we're in a good place, but, you know, we realise now that that's all gone. You know, our preparation, I think, fitness-wise, we look really strong. Graham Henderson, who's come in as our new sports science, has done a brilliant job. You know, hard work for the players. It's been a difficult pre-season for them. And again, combined with the games and all the stuff that we've done on the training pitch, I think we're ready to go into this competitive arena. And when I look at us compared to where we were this time last year, that's what I want to do as a manager. I want to improve and develop things year upon year. And I feel that we're in a stronger position than we were this time last year, but we need to back that up with results.
I think it's been incredible for me to watch from the outside, from seeing Dundee, Championship, Premiership, struggling, Championship. It feels like Dundee's back being a proper solid Premiership club now. I mean, you were inches away from getting into Europe last year, and you know the targets are not just obviously to stay in the league, but the whole league's there for you to go for.
No, listen, that's very much what I want to do. I want to make sure that, as well as we've done last year, you know, we did do well. I think the players deserve a huge amount of credit for that, but that's in the past now, and it's looking forward. And we addressed that first day we arrived at pre-season. We did look at a video of last season. We said, well done, but now it's this season. And what I want to do as managers, I want to instill that kind of mentality that, yeah, we did do well, but we want to go one further, and we want to make sure that everything about the club, you know, we upgrade and we improve and we develop year upon year. And I think that's where we are just now. We've still got a bit of work to do, of course we have, but for where we are at this stage, as I say, compared to where we were this time last season, I'm pleased with the progress. But it only matters on the pitch, you know, that all the work I'm telling you, I think every manager will probably tell you about the pre-season and how well it's gone, but it's now, we're into that competitive environment now. We're our first competitive game against Bonnyrigg Rose, and we need to make sure that all the work that we've done, it serves a purpose, and the purpose is going and getting results in the Premiership Cup.
I think it's about 6 weeks or so to go to the end of the window, maybe 7 weeks to be fair. How do you feel the recruitment's going, and you know, are you quite relaxed about when you bring in everybody for the season? It might not be next week, it might be literally.
Yeah, and I have been, and the recruitment process is ongoing, you know, all through last season as well, you know, January onwards, it's looking at this window. So yeah, I'm very confident and very relaxed. I did say, you know, I think last year we did have to do a lot of work early, get a lot of players in, we get 11 loans in, so it was a different recruitment process. This year, I'm a wee bit more relaxed in terms of, you know, it's more about quality than quantity, and we can really look at, we've always done that as a recruitment group, we're always unanimous in our decision, and we look at targets, you know, and we make sure that there has to be a degree of patience. You know, you can jump into some things when it's maybe not the right one for you, but, you know, we've targeted the players that we want, and I always say it's not just the players, it's the type of people you want to bring into the football club to create that culture, that environment. So, yeah, we've made good signings at the moment. We've still got a few to go, but we'll be patient and we'll make sure, in terms of doing the due diligence, we'll do it right, and we'll make sure that we're stronger as a squad, because we've already got an existing strong squad here, so we want to add to that.
Final one from me. I won't dominate too much. Clark Robertson, fantastic signing. I think he's a Scotland quality centre back that you've got there. Great footballer as well, top lad. bitter blow that he's going to
Yeah.
miss a wee bit. With him and Joe out, you've got two of the top centre backs in the country missing, but hopefully he'll be back within a few weeks, maybe.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, he won't make the start of the season, but yeah, there's no doubt about it. When, you know, obviously I know Clark from a time at Aberdeen. I know what he'll bring to the football club, and you've seen that even in the first game he played in. But unfortunately, and an innocuous stretch he made in that game, he's done a hamstring, you know, and he won't start the season. But Clark will be there for the season. Clark's here for a reason, and as you said, he's a real quality footballer. You know, he's a good defender, great user of the ball. Same with Joe. Joe's making progress, but I think what we've found with that, sometimes it creates opportunities for others, and I've been really, really pleased with the progress that young Luke Graham has made. He came over to Poland for the trip with us, and when you see him playing against the standard, scores in the first game, and against Lech Poznan, he was excellent. Against Dunfermline the other night, he was part of a back three with a clean sheet. So positives come out of these situations. It's important to maintain that. You know, yes, it's a blow because we brought Clark in to be that, but all of a sudden Luke Graham emerges and he's done himself no harm at all.
Best luck for Saturday.
Thank you.
Looking at the cup that we're looking at, some people have been critical about the early start to it, but do you feel the benefits to Dundee with competitive games rather than pre-season friendlies just at this point of the season will help Dundee hit the ground running with the league?
Hopefully. I mean, I did feel last year as a group, you know, I didn't think we were ready, and I think some other clubs, and it just depends where you are in terms of your recruitment. So this year, again, as I say, the friendlies that we had, you know, with 2 tough games out in Poland, really tough game against Dunfermline, and with Arbroath at the start of that. So these games, I like to make them competitive, but as you know, they're not competitive. So now that we're getting into that arena, yeah, we're hoping to use the games as the next step, you know, in terms of our progress towards the season. So we're looking forward to the games. We know there's a lot riding on it. You know, as I say, this time last year, we didn't have enough in terms of squad. We still managed to get 9 points. I think we're one of the first teams that never qualified with 9 points. But of course, we want to go one stage further, and it's the first objective that we're putting out there as a team is to make sure that, you know, we equip ourselves well in these games and give us the best opportunity to progress to the next stage.
You talked about recruitment and people coming in. How important do you think it is for the season that Simon Murray signed on the dotted line for Dundee?
Huge, absolutely huge, and that's someone that we've been looking at for a long time. And I'm a huge fan of Simon. And listen, I want to put on record the amount of work that the staff, not just myself, the staff put into us really representing the football club well. Because yeah, Simon is a Dundee supporter, but he's not here just because he's a Dundee supporter. He's seen the project. We have presented that to him, and we know with real competition from other bigger clubs. But what we've put to him as a staff is something that made him think this is a place where I want to play my football. So it's a huge lift for the football club. To get a striker that last season scored 23 goals in all competitions, no penalties, I've got to add to that. You know, everybody's looking for that striker. And yes, we've been looking at him for a while, you know, to try and get him in the door and to eventually get it over the line. You know, he came into training yesterday and you can just feel it gives the whole place a lift. He's such a infectious character anyway and a brilliant boy. But you know, there was a feeling, you know, that's a big signing for Dundee, and to bring in somebody of that quality, and particularly somebody of that quality that wants to be here and wants to really contribute towards the success, it's a big deal.
It's not just the goals that he scores, though, because with these many goals in his bag, he's going to attract defenders, so it's going to create more spaces for the other attackers.
Listen, we've done a hell of a lot of work on Simon, analysing his game, and Simon's one of these boys, because he started later, he's getting better. In my opinion, he's getting better. You know, he's a 32-year-old striker, but if you look at his progress and you actually look at his performance, he's a better footballer than a lot of people give him credit for. Yeah, he's scoring the goals, but he's an intelligent footballer as well, and I think he's improving with age, and I just hope we can continue. As I said, the kind of mantra is to improve and develop the team year on year, but to do it with individuals within that, and Simon's a case in point. You know, as good as he was last year, we want to try and make him even better.
This week's kind of highlighted with the games in the Euros, with the 16-year-old Spain starlet coming on, the importance of putting youngsters in the firing line and giving them there. Is that something that you would worry about at Dundee, or are you quite happy if you have a 16-year-old that's
absolutely,
that
if they're good enough, they go in the team. And Luke Graham's a real case in point. We were just talking about there, Clark Robertson's a signing that we brought in, unfortunately got injured, but then there's an opportunity. But then it's important that these young players who work with us every day, you know, they get the encouragement to say, here's your opportunity, go and take it. And Luke's an example of that. He's really impressed, not just myself, but all the staff during pre-season. And he's there on merit, you know, because he took that opportunity. And there's others there, you know, we took a couple of young kids with us, and yeah, if they're good enough, they'll get into the team. And you can see that now. I mean, it's real pride when you get your Lyle Camerons and Josh Milligans and Finn Robertson representing Scotland under 21. And we want to continue that. And there's a lot of brilliant work going on at the football club with Stephen Wright and Scott Robertson that we're looking for that next batch coming through. But to answer your question, as first team manager, if I get reports and if I look at them and they're good enough, then they'll play.
I was going to ask one quick one off the back of that. The positive side of doing so well and having so much talent in the building is that I'm sure you've had a few phone calls, a few WhatsApps from people saying, look, hey, how much per player X, like, you know, Lyle obviously, Luke as well. Are you confident that they'll be here because nobody's matching maybe what your evaluation is? Or do you think, you know, you might have to do a wee bit of firefighting?
Listen, it's part of football. You know, when you're doing well, you expect there to be suitors, and you expect that the season, some of the players, the ones that you've mentioned there, doing so well. Of course, they're going to attract attention. That's what happens in football. But as long as they're my players, as long as they're Dundee players here, we'll continue to do everything we can to improve them and develop them. Because I think we've done that to date, and that's the reason why they're attracting, you know, attention from other clubs. But they're Dundee players. They're brilliant boys. You know, all of them. I've got such a good dressing room in there, and there's real healthy competition for places. So we'll continue to work with them in that way and try and, as I say, improve year upon year.
Good to be back, Simon.
Yeah, great to be back. I think it was 6 or 7 years, so to come back here, and it's amazing, you know. I feel like I'm in a good place on the pitch, and a great place to come at this time in my career.
Because I'm really old, I remember when I organised for Stephanie Daly, I think, to meet you at Arbroath training and filmed us for STV, and goodness knows what age you were then, I think a teenager still. But it's been an incredible journey, and one I'm guessing, this is testament to the hard work you've put in, that you find yourself at a top Premiership club at this stage in your career. Yeah,
look, I've worked hard, enjoying it, you know, doing the best job that you can do. So it's, you know, it's an amazing thing to be doing, and I just love it. To come back here as well is just it's a dream. So yeah, buzzing for it.
As a football fan, I love watching you score goals because you celebrate them like it's the biggest, which it is, the biggest event. Is that something that you just? It's just an addiction, just putting the ball in the net.
Yeah, look, my dad obviously played as well, and we'll always speak about it, and you don't replace that feeling, you know. So it's just that ultimate adrenaline rush, and you know, because you work so hard for it, and it's hard to do, especially like when you know, playing at this level and stuff. So yeah, it's the best feeling. So just hopefully I could keep it up, you know. First and foremost, I like to work hard for the team and be a good teammate. But if the goals come, even better.
It says an awful lot, I think, about where Dundee are now, that when it was reported in the press that Hibs were after you, Dundee were after you, there was like a general kind of acceptance that, oh, well, obviously, you know, Hibs and you were there before him, but there was a real tug of war, and I'm guessing, was it a difficult decision for you, or was it easy when you spoke to the manager?
Yeah, I think, it was an easy decision for me. I spoke to the manager, and it was just, he's put a lot of faith into me. He's got amazing ambitions, and it aligns with what I want as well. And great, I've just got a good feeling, you know. Obviously, it's just, as I say, it feels like it's aligned. My young family's here. It was my boyhood club, and it feels good.
How different does the club feel compared to 2018 when you were here on loan then?
Yeah, I've spoke about that a couple of times in the last. It's new, obviously in the new training facilities. The professionalism has really risen since the last time I was here. I mean, the staff, even the staff alone, and the physios and sports science, it's multiplied. So it feels, a really top level.
It'd still be great to get out in that dense park pitch in front of these.
Yeah, that's it. Can't wait. So yeah, not long until we can do that, and hopefully we can give them something to smile about.
Here's hoping. Fantastic, Simon. Cheers. Welcome
Cheers.
back.
Thank you.
You talked about speaking things through with your dad. Well, your dad's an ex-Hibby, obviously, from there. Did you take on board things that he put forward to discuss with this move?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he's not He'll give me his opinion, but he knows that I'll do what I think's best for me. But he was in total agreements as well that this was the right thing for me, the right place, and really in the end it was a no-brainer. So yeah, he's buzzing. You know, he's a bit gutted actually because he's down at my sister's for the week, so he's kind of missed all, you know, coming in and signing and stuff, and you know, but he can't wait. He doesn't miss a game. Travels here, there, and everywhere, even Africa. So yeah, buzzing. He's delighted. So he's watched me through my whole career, whether it was junior pitches to wherever, you know. So amazing.
23 goals last season, obviously, for yourself. Probably one of the best that you've had throughout your whole career. When we asked the manager about signing yourself, he said that you're improving year upon year with age. You're about a good wine. You're improving as you keep it on the
That's nice.
shelf.
Yeah.
So, I mean, do you feel that last season was probably the best one that you've had so far throughout your career?
Yeah, that was. I would say goals aside. Obviously, it was 14 Premier League goals, which is great. I mean, my overall game I felt really improved, and not just really improved. I know it was at Queen's Park before, obviously County, and I'd done the same there, and the goals were the same, and then I've managed to take that step up again. Obviously, I had my injury a wee while before, so I feel like I apply myself daily, and that's what gets you better, you know. So I just need to keep doing what I've been doing. Don't change the way that I've been training and doing the things off the pitch, and just hopefully improve even more this season.
We're at the game on Wednesday with Dunfermline, against Dunfermline from there. You're going into a competitive spell here, obviously, with this cup competition. Do you feel that to get to know the players out on that pitch, this has given you a perfect opportunity to be ready to hit that league for that first game when it starts, obviously, in August? Yeah,
Definitely. I think you get the connection with your teammates in training, but also on the pitch, watching them as well as playing with them. And there's some really exciting players, you know, there that I'm just looking forward to playing with. And, you know, there was a good few of them had really good seasons last year, so it's exciting for a striker to have boys like that behind you that could hopefully provide you with a lot of chances. So yeah, it's great. Can't wait to get going. Obviously, big start in the League Cup, and want to go and start with a bang.
You've been a Dundee supporter all of your days. How much does it mean to get out there again with that Dundee strip on? And what's your message to the fans? What are you going to bring them this season?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, as I say, for any Dundee fan, I know I've had a few like mates texting us, you know, you're living the dream for us. So, yeah, just I know what Dundee people are like. They're passionate about their team. So just going to bring hard work, hopefully, just goals, and yeah, I think they deserve some success as well. So hopefully we could build on last season.
Final one from me, Simon. I was just going to say, Dundee Derby, back in the city. What a place this is going to be.
Yeah.
In the build up to those games this season.
Yeah, that's going to, you know, it's brilliant for the whole city. The whole town will be buzzing. We all know what the derby's like. It's both sets of fans in the same place before the game, go to the game, enjoy it. Competitive for the 90 minutes and then enjoy it after, and hopefully your side has the bragging rights. So, it's probably for me the best derby and the most exciting one in terms of the overall game itself and the sort of the banter between both teams and stuff like that, you know. So, but yeah, hopefully, really looking forward to it.
Fantastic! I can't wait.
Cheers.
That's certainly what makes it different to any other derby in Scotland.
Yeah, that's it. No, it's a real special one. So, Tannadice, the first one. So, yeah, amazing.